And coming up next...
Oh, this is just straight into that. No,
yes, no.
All right, coming up now.
No. Well, basically, if you want to go to a club and do all that these guys have said, go ahead. But as a girl...
It doesn't work.
I don't think it works, okay? Even if, like, a really good song is coming up, for example, like the next one we have.
Oh, good.
Which is our Asian Song of the Week.
Asian Song of the Week.
Asian Song of the Week. It's by Wilbur Pan, featuring Akon, and it's Be With You.
You're in sin. It is 3:51, 9 minutes to 4, and you're listening to On Air, the official radio show of the Australasian Association.
So just to, rub it in, I don't have uni yet. I'm starting next
week.
But it also means that I've been up to, just doing things before uni starts, trying to get in as much gymming as possible, all that sort of stuff.
That's good. Thanks for, the little recount of your holidays and your extra week and letting us, rub salt into the wound.
Told you I would do that, but, but some strange things have happened in the past week. And it really bugs me how, some people are so comfortable behaving a certain way even though you're a stranger to them, kind of thing. Well, basically, I went to the gym yesterday with my friend Amanda. And we decided to go into the sauna after a workout just to relax and everything. And there was a towel lying in the sauna basically, and we thought, okay, well, someone must have left it there. So we went inside, we sat down, we were gossiping, chatting, all that sort of stuff, and then we were kind of giggling, and then just died down just to relax. And then we hear the door open of the sauna, and this man walks in.
I see a nice little gap there. What's the hesitation? This
man.
This man?
Manly man. As in...
middle-aged?
Middle-aged.
Yep.
Losing hair, bit of hair on the back, a bit of a pot belly, a bit of
a very
bad tan.
Oh, God.
like a spray-on tan, and he was wearing
God, what would you do sauna with a spray-on tan? All right.
I don't know, but you'd think it would just melt off, but he was wearing, a tiny, red Speedo. And
I thought they were out of fashion.
That's what I thought until yesterday. No, they're still out of fashion. He just doesn't know it yet. And just walking in, and he went to look at, he went towards the towel. So we thought, okay, great. He's going to take the towel and leave, basically. Because we were, lying down on the sauna. So we basically were taking up most of the room. But he goes and sits there and just stays and sits there. And we're we were talking. And I'm like, okay, if you were someone who walked into a sauna with, it seemed like an overfull sauna, okay? And these people were talking. Would you be comfortable just sitting there, listening in your red Speedo?
Was he just looking at you
you could see, you could feel his eyes, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know that.
And Amanda was trying not to laugh, and I thought it was the guy breathing heavily, but it was Amanda going. I'm like, oh my God, please don't. And so, eventually she, cued me and was like, oh, it's getting really hot. Let's leave. I want to get out.
How long was it until you left between him coming in and you leaving?
I couldn't. The time just. It was frozen. It felt like it was
that awkward.
It was that awkward.
It was an awkward moment.
It was
Gotcha.
because you know how stuffy and quiet. The sauna is, so you can hear everything. Him swallowing. You could hear that. Just everything. I don't understand how strangers can do that.
You know what I don't understand?
What don't you understand, Dhehan?
Okay, people walking around in the nude, in the change rooms. Okay, sometimes I'm like, okay, that's I guess they can't be bothered, putting on undies or whatever. But there was a guy, and I did my workout. So he was standing there nude, also sitting down, nude, right? Just sitting there nude. I'm gonna say nude one more time, nude.
Nude.
Went out. I worked out for half an hour, and I just remembered I had to get my phone. I came back in, and he's still sitting there nude. It's yes, yeah.
What was he doing? Was he texting or just sitting?
No, he was just applying lotion to himself.
But that's what I mean. It's just they must be really comfortable with themselves. I guess what I'm trying to say is, but I don't think I could ever be that comfortable with myself to do something like that. And not just that. So that was the one incident. Second incident happened when I was crossing the road with a male friend of mine, and this stranger comes up to us and says, "Oh, you guys make a very beautiful couple." And I'm looking at him like, okay.
You're so?
Your point is...
Was he drunk?
He was holding a VB. So
No, assuming so.
Oh, okay.
Assuming that's
he
the
wasn't
case.
like, I've got a van back there.
No.
Like a beautiful couple.
Couple.
It's like,
Got a camera ready.
Ooh.
There was nothing like that, but it was just strange, like, just approaching someone like that and saying something like that. A bit too personal. And then when my friend proceeded to say, no, we're brother and sister, even though we weren't, but he proceeded to say, no, we're brother and sister, he was like, oh, no, it's still really beautiful how you guys can still stir each other like that. And I just, yeah. I was
Speechless.
like, can you just walk away?
Please go
Just
away.
walk away.
Please
Walk
go away.
So is it just Melbourne, or like the city of Melbourne?
Well-
in the city, like CBD?
Well, Melbourne, if you have any of these weird, awkward moments with weird, drunken people on the streets of Melbourne, or Sydney, if you've been, because I think Sydney's quite weird, especially King's Cross.
But it doesn't even have to be drunken. Like, I mean, the guy in the sauna, seriously, I don't think he was drunk. He was just too comfortable.
Fair enough. But if you want to send us a text, we can send us a free text. I forgot. If you're cheap, send us a free text via the internet at sin.org.au/listen. Or if you want to spend a little bit of dosh, 0427 767 767. And everyone who's smart will figure out that 0427 SMS is also the number if you want to spell it with,
Okay.
yeah, if you're smart.
Oh,
I'm just really tricky, I'm not.
yeah. So before we leave, before Colin, like, not leave, but before we go into the next bit, I just want to make sure that you've got this image in your head before we go off.
Go.
The red Speedo guy would have been moist.
Oh.
Just leave me that.
And there we are. The next song coming up is Usher Confessions Part 2.
You're on Sin, it's 3 minutes to 4. Good afternoon, it's 4 minutes past 4. You're listening to On Air on Sin.
Wow. So yeah, that was
Smooth.
That was a bit of technical difficulty.
Now, D, there's a lot of words which I don't understand that come from your mouth, like muss. So, care to explain yourself to the rest of Australia when you say muss? Oh, no, the rest of Melbourne. We're not syndicated. Muss. M-U-S-S. Muss.
No, not muss. It's muss.
All right, muss.
It's like a lower tone.
But can I just establish, this isn't your word, is it?
Oh, of course not my word. I picked it up from somewhere, but I seem to use it quite a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, muss is to describe something that's disgusts you. Same thing with bin. There's
Like a bin, like a...
No, not
garbage
a bin, but like instead, like, you can say, "Oh man, that's like that's pretty like that pancake was muss." Like that pancake was disgusting, or you could say that pancake was bin.
Lovely.
As in derived from garbage bin.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't get
Okay.
that.
No. Anyway, so yeah, I mean there are other words like rate.
Yeah, that one's easy. I rate that person. I rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard that. A guy asked, "Oh, do you rate
Do you rate that?
girl? Do you rate that girl?" And I was like, "What, out of 10?" They're like, "No, do you rate her?" I'm like, "Out of 10." "No, do you rate her?" I'm like, "I don't understand what you're saying." So basically, that just means
I approve.
Yeah,
But do you
you
rate?
like-
You think she's alright?
yeah, but there's just a lot of words coming out from nowhere, and it kind of reminds me of Mean Girls.
Like fetch.
Yeah, that's so fetch.
What is-
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
There's all these other words as well. There's one from Louisa which I didn't really know. It's fierce, and I
What?
didn't. Fierce.
That's not from. Oh, and
Yeah,
then
but
they
there's one that
use
you use. You use that a bit, and I still don't quite
it.
get it.
It describes everything. Like everything's like if something's really good, it's fierce. Like it's powerful, and it's just a really empowering word. And I think I'm gonna start using it after Beyonce. She's my inspiration and all. So with the whole Sasha Fierce thing, yeah, fierce basically.
And also, I've noticed also some of the Sydney slang coming down to
Oh
Melbourne.
no! Yes,
You've got tax, which is going to take it.
I
I'm
heard
gonna
that a
tax
bit.
you.
That's been a bit. That's been around for a bit though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying tax.
Oh.
There's also he's a bit of a Nigel.
What?
A bit of like a nerd loner kind of a Nigel.
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 An outcast.
Nigel.
My
Sorry to any Nigels out
Yeah,
there. I'm sure
my-
you're lovely.
my cycle instructor today was called Nigel, and I was like, oh
Hey,
Nigel
there's
reminds me of the
Nige.
the judge from So You Think You Dance.
yeah.
And he's not.
There's also
nerdy.
slack, which is
But that's
our term for tight. I mean, like someone does something really really bad, and you're like, oh man, that was tight. They say, oh, that was slack.
that's like the opposite of tight.
Exactly.